we're just going to bend. Two options. We're going to bend the left foot into the inner hip. If that's okay, stay there. If you can, we're going to actually take that the other way. Yeah? And we're going to take a little side tilt to the right. So you're maybe reaching over like this. If there's a little bit more, you can reach your right hand under, grab your left ankle. So this is actually tractioning the wrist and the shoulder, yeah, which is why we're doing it. So you're going to wrap yourself inside that right inner thigh. Maybe keep your left hand on your hip. Maybe take your left hand all the way out and find your foot. And then just any amounts of rotations here. We want to feel that release through the right wrist and then the whole left side. And an unraveling. That's it. We'll take the other side. So perhaps bringing the right leg in this way, taking your side stretch. Yeah. Perhaps you can flip that leg behind, and this creates an internal rotation stretch. Yeah, into our hip. Then we're going to reach the left hand through, wriggle under, find your right ankle. See if you can bring your left shoulder into the left inner thigh, and then find your rotation there. So maybe just staying here, maybe finding the full side stretch. We'll rotate all the way down onto your back, and we're going to set up for a little bridge pose. So bringing the heels to the floor, we're going to do 2 of these, making sure the thighs are parallel, tailbone tucked again. First one, we'll just do hands by the sides, inhale, lifting the hips as high as you can, really engaging both butt cheeks. 3, 4, 5th breath. Good, and then easing your way down. Option 2, we can interlace the fingers underneath your back and really try and roll the shoulders under. Yeah, so this might be your option for this version. If there's a little bit more, just again to give a little bit more wrist traction. Most wrist injuries are caused from compression or jarring or overuse, competitive strain, typing, painting, where the muscles actually compress the joint, yeah, because of their overuse. So hence why we're doing all the tractioning, yeah. So if you can, you're going to grab both ankles, and you can see how I have to sort of cheat to get into this. Come down. You might even be on your tippy toes. That's okay to start with. Press into your hips, and then wiggle your shoulders under. So we're finding the back bend, but with creating space in the wrists and the shoulders. 2, 3, 4, 5th breath. Good, and then relaxing all the way down. Take a moment. And then we're going to set up for shoulder stand. So if you know for some reason, if your neck doesn't like shoulder stand, if it's that time of the month, if you've got high blood pressure that's not medicated, you're just going to do this. Yeah? You can even wriggle over to the wall and put your legs up the wall. Yeah? Another option, you could put your bolster or your block under your hips and then do your legs up. Yeah? And you might be able to do shoulder stand without anything under your head and shoulders, but I need a little bit of extra cushioning under there. So You can get your shoulders a little bit higher with a folded blanket or just an extra mat like this, and your head is a little bit lower. This just makes sure that our cervical spine doesn't completely flatten, yeah? And then lifting yourself up. Yeah. So taking as much time as you like in shoulder stand. This is called the Queen of Poses. Headstand is the king, but they're actually said to be very equal in benefit. So we're getting all the benefits, the anti-aging of being upside down. We're also stimulating the thyroid and the pituitary. So you can stay right here if you like. You can also cross the legs and pull up a little bit higher. Cross the other leg, pull up again. Yeah, so you might want to stay here. You might be able to tuck your feet back behind you. Maybe they don't touch the floor, that's fine. You want to stay there for a bit. Maybe you can come all the way down to the floor. This is a really good deep forward bend. You can take your feet apart. You can play around here however you like. Maybe doing your Baddha Konasana. Maybe doing your half lotus. Just give yourself, don't feel like you have to do what I'm doing. Just feel what feels right for you. The whole point of yoga is learning to trust your own body, trusting your own instincts, and trusting that connection between you and the universe and everything that is. Good, and then we're going to slowly lower down into whatever your version of plow is. You might want to keep your hands on the back of your hips to help you lower. If you can, bring your hands to your shins or your feet or your big toes. Use your core strength. So you're sucking in, sucking in, sucking in. The legs are sucking into the torso. Torso is sucking into the legs to allow a nice, steady, graceful descent. And then bring the hands to the heart center. Slowly lower the legs to the floor with full mindfulness. And then take a rest there. See what you notice. Can you find a new sensation somewhere? What feels absolutely amazing right now? And then our counter pose. So if you've got something under your shoulders, you can take that out. Coming into fish pose, so we're going to bend the knees up. Hands under your hips, and the weight of your hips is actually right on your hands, not the wrists. Yeah? And then squeeze the elbows into the torso, lift the heart center, and let the head drop back. Your head might touch the floor, it might not, that's okay. 5 breaths. Chin to chest, rolling down, and release. Good. We're going to finish with one last twist, and then Shavasana. So let's take your left thigh right over your right thigh. Lift the hips a little bit. Slide your hips to the right, put them down, and then drop your legs over to the left. So we're using the weight of that top leg, which is actually the left leg, to stretch out this whole right side. Reach the right arm out, look to the right. Your knees probably won't touch the floor on this one, that's okay. And your right shoulder blade probably won't touch the floor. But just imagine, you can even rock a little bit there, if that helps it feel better. Soft jaw, soft face. going to switch sides. So right thigh on top of your left thigh. Pick up your hips, slide your hips to the left, put the hips down, and then drop the knees to the right. Reaching that left arm left and looking left. Yes, this is a disguised hip stretch. Better than pigeon for those of you who don't like pigeon. Back to center. Good. And we're going to come into our lying diamond pose, or soles of the feet together, knees out to the side. And if this isn't relaxing for you, then by all means grab a couple of pillows and pop them up underneath your knees. Yeah? And we're just going to do a quick little relaxation here, a few more breaths. Even if you're busy, try and just stay here for a few more breaths as I talk you through. Centering the head, and we'll do a couple little neck releases. So you're going to drop your chin right down into the neck and then releasing. And again, try and flatten your neck out along the floor, so it's like you're trying to make 5 double chins, and releasing. And last one, tucking the chin and down and releasing. And now this one, we're going to keep the neck and head still, but simply just press the back of your head into the floor and then relax. Not so that, don't tighten up anything else, just press the back of the head into the floor and then relax. Good. Make sure the shoulder blades feel like they're flat on the floor. So you might need to sort of walk your arms under like I'm doing. And take a nice deep breath here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In, out. Let your breath do whatever it likes now. Feeling everything still. Let go. Let go a little deeper. And even deeper still. Let go. Let go through your body, through your mind, through your spirit. Let